Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Tech Tuesday with Tom. Hey, we wanted to spend this opportunity and actually talk to you about some of the really cool features that in some of the programs that you're already using. I know we've spent a lot of time working on things on some new technology with Edpuzzle, which a lot of you have implemented extremely well. I know we've got some other things in the pipeline. I know we're going to have some more special guests on some really cool things that some of the teachers are using in their classroom. But I wanted to take the last couple of episodes and basically let you know about, hey, there's some really cool features out there and that you can implement that may make things a little more efficient in your life. For example, last week's starting a YouTube video at a different spot other than the beginning. So this week, I want to spend a little bit of time on the Student Selector in Google Classroom. This is a really amazing tool because I know in my classroom, I used to use popsicles that I would have the students write their name on. And so then I would shove them in my pocket and I would pull about 3 of them out. And depending on the question, I would call on the student's name to answer the question. And they knew exactly what I was doing. And it provided an opportunity for all of the students to be able to answer, not just those students that are always quick to raise their hand, So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. I want to show you this really cool feature. It isn't anything you have to do, but it's a hidden gem. It's a hidden tool that I want to show you. So without any things, let's take a look at it. Hey everyone, I wanted to go ahead and show you this feature really fast. And so if you'll notice, at the very bottom down here on my screen, you see 3 buttons. Oops. You see 3 buttons. There's a stream button, classwork button, and the people button. I'm in the DUCS state required trainings page right now. But if you click over on the people tab, and you do this for each of your classrooms, what you'll notice is this is a list of all of your students and whoever's listed as a teacher in that particular classroom. But if you notice up here in the corner, there are 3 little squares in the upper right-hand corner. And one of them is kind of off center a little bit. If you click on that, now this only works in the app. It's called the Student Selector. And here's the best thing about it is, so Jessica Hambrick is first up. So Jessica Hambrick, now it may be a matter of, hey, I don't want to call on Jessica for this question. I want somebody else to answer this question. So you could just matter of click later, and then it brings up the next person, Bridget Wright. And this randomly selects people. So like we've already picked 3 people. So Bridget answers my question. There's a little next button down in the corner. I click the next button, brings up the next one, Shauna Smith. And I can continue doing this until it just automatically just randomly picks students out of my class. You could say, oh, Justin's absent today. So it puts him in the little absent category over here, if you can see. So, and then I can just keep selecting people that I want to call on. Now, here's the really cool thing. Let's say you want the kids to be always on their toes. You don't want to be like, hey, I just called on Mrs. Smith. And so you could do the reset button, reset it absolutely yes. And then what happens is they could be popped up again because there's Justin Todd again. Now, here's the really cool thing. Let's take a look at it. Now, here's the only thing. It only works in the app. It doesn't work on the desktop, so it doesn't work on your computer. It only works in the app. So you can use it on your iPad, or let's take a look at this. So let me get out of my iPad. We're going to stop sharing this screen. Hey, so let's take a really quick look at the app on the phone. It works exactly like it does on the iPad. So if I go ahead and click where it says state required trainings, that's the class I was using in the other one. Notice I have 78 students in there. And at the very bottom, you notice I have those three buttons. Again, I have stream, classwork, and people. So when you click the people, up in the upper right corner, if you look across the screen, you have your 3 lines for your menu, DUCS state required trainings, and then looky right there, you have those 3 little buttons, or those 4 little buttons with the one that's turned, that's rotated. So if I click on that, brings up your selector. So this is kind of cool because you know that you have 78 kids that haven't been picked yet. And so when I click next, You notice how it put 1 over in the picked category. And so now I can pick on Jane, and I have Tina Cecil, and I can keep clicking next. And then if I realize Lois is absent, I can click absent, moves her over to the absent category. So then there's Annette, but I don't want to call Annette. I just wanted somebody different. So, and I can keep clicking that, and notice my 74 doesn't change. But when I pick somebody, it moves them from not picked to picked. But I don't know about you, but I always had kids that I realized, man, Mr. Arthur's called on me now. I can sit back and chill. Well, there's a little reset button up there. So after you've called on a few, you're like, okay, we're going to put you back in the not picked category. So you just hit the reset button. Notice how it sets you back to 78. Now, if you do this, though, it does take Lois and put her back in the not picked instead of the absent category. So you can just mark her absent. Well, I marked her as call later, and then you can keep clicking people and then call later, or you can click them as absent. So anyway, hope that helps. Hey, I just wanted to really quick take a quick look. There's some real benefits to checks for understanding. The key is making sure that you're hitting all of the students, not just the ones that you know are going to answer all the time. Now, one trick that I always played is I wanted the students to be successful. So there's some things that you can do. I know there's some features that you can have all of the kids answer. And so you can check their understanding there. I always did the thing like I did the ABCD, or hey, write your answer down and check it out. You could do Jamboard, for example, have the kids hold up their iPads and provide you with that feedback. But their ASCD, the Association of Supervision and Curriculum Development, basically gave 4 reasons why checks for understanding are valuable. Number 1, it improves instruction and it improves student feedback. So if you're doing it, it gives you an idea of if the students know what they're doing, and if you need to do a little more anything further. It's the important thing for it to be effective. It has to be ongoing throughout the lesson. It's a self-monitor for understanding, both for you and for the students. And to check for understanding, it provides it lets you know if you need to provide additional instruction, or if you just need to provide some intervention, maybe a little better explanation, or hey, I can go on. So anyway, hope you have a great week.